Okay, so I wanted to read my Immortal, but James was really against it, so we're going to read this instead.
This
James,
is so much better.
Want to say what this is?
This is a My Little Pony fanfiction called Cupcakes.
Most people have already heard of it and started running for the doors.
If you haven't, I recommend you get the doors off the lock and opened and locked them held there using a doorstop. Because I just read through parts of this and me being a sick bastard, this still scared the fuck out of me.
This is only 3 chapters long.
It's only 3 chapters long. Thank God it's not 11 or more like My Immortal.
So I'm going to be reading the narration for chapters 1 and 2, 1 and 3. James will be reading the narrations for chapter 2. And we're going to...
swap between the lines.
Yeah,
William will be doing the lines of Pinky while I'm doing the lines of Dash.
And any
Yay.
other characters, but I don't think there are any.
This is because William's a fan of My Little Pony. So, without further ado, I hope you enjoy because I'm sure as hell not going to.
Okay.
This is chapter 1. Is it a prank?
The air was warm, the sun was shining, and every pony in Ponyville was having a glorious day.
Volume up a bit.
Oh. Sorry, I'll speak a bit louder. The air was warm, the sun was shining. Every pony in Ponyville was having a glorious day. The town square was bustling and crowded, and busy ponies filled the streets. All the pony folk seemed to have somewhere specific to be, all except Rainbow Dash. Her place was in the sky. She tore freely through the air, speeding one way and the next, buzzing the treetops and racing the wind. The blue Pegasus swooped down over a schoolyard, much to the delight of children, then climbed several hundred feet and dove, streaking downwards as fast as she could. Seconds before hitting the ground, her wings flew open and she pulled back to the clear blue. Rainbow felt alive.
She's going to wish she died there.
Suddenly, Dash remembered that she had somewhere to be. She was supposed to meet Pinkie Pie in 5 minutes. Dash had gotten so caught up in her exercises that she'd nearly forgotten that. Pinkie Pie had asked her to meet her at Sugar Cube Corner at 3. Pinkie Pie hadn't said why, or what they'd be doing, but Dash knew it with Pinkie Pie, it could be anything. Dash wasn't sure if she really wanted to go, though. She was so engaged with her stunts that she thought about blowing off Pinkie Pie to continue flying. But Dash's conscience got the better of her. She knew that would hurt Pinkie's feelings. After all, Pinkie had said it was going to be something special, just for the two of them. Dash considered it and thought, why not? What did she have to lose? Heck, it might even be more pranking. Pinkie might have found a bunch more fun stuff to pull on folks, and they'd have so much fun last time. Dash kicked into overdrive and make up for lost time. She sped to her appointment. When Dash walked into the store, she was immediately greeted by her host, who was bouncing in excitement. Yay! You're here! I've been waiting all day! Said the jumping pony.
Yeah, this is the pony I hate.
Here you go.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah. Sorry for a little old Pinky. I was doing my afternoon exercise and lost track of time. Dash apologised. Yep.
Pinkie giggled and retorted in a Responded, sorry.
Read English for Christ's sake, boy!
He responded in a gleeful, reassuring tone. Oh, that's okay. You're here now. What's a few more minutes? I've been so excited thinking about all the fun stuff we're going to do. I haven't stopped bouncing since I woke up. I mean, I almost forgot to breathe and I've been so happy. Dash gave a slightly uncomfortable laugh. She had always appreciated Pinkie Pie's friendly, outgoing way of life, but Pinkie's overabundant enthusiasm almost creeped her out. Dash maintained a polite expression, however. If Pinkie was this worked up, whatever she had planned must be good. So, you're ready to get started, Rainbow Dash? I've got everything ready, said the pink pony.
Dash psyched herself up, you betcha, Pinky. So what do you got planned? We gonna prank somebody? I got a couple of good ones I've been thinking about. Or maybe you've got some stunts you think I should try. Or perhaps...
Making cupcakes, Pinky happily announced.
The fuck are you on about, crazy bitch?
That's
Back in the real world, baking, Dash said, disappointed. Pinky, you know I'm no good at baking. Remember last time?
Scroll down. Oh, that's not a problem. I only need your help making them. I'll do most of the work, Pinky explained. Dash thought about it for a second.
I can't see where we are.
Well,
Well, alright, I guess that's okay. What exactly do you need me to do?
that's the spirit. Here you go. Pinky handed Dash a cupcake.
Dash was puzzled. I thought I was helping you bake.
You will be. I made this one just for you before you got here.
So, is this like a taste testing or something?
Sort of, Pinky said.
You see, at this point, I'd fucking pace it out of there. Dash shrugged and popped the pastry in her mouth. She chewed it a bit and swallowed. Not bad. Okay, now what? Dash asked.
Now, Pinky informed her, you take a nap. Puzzled, Dash opened her mouth, but instantly felt lightheaded. A wave of dizziness washed over her. The world spun. Seconds later, she collapsed.
Hang on, wasn't she in a fucking store? Doesn't that seem a bit suspicious?
Okay, chapter 2.
Please don't do it, Pinky. Yeah, that instantly made me cringe.
Your turn to read.
Lovely. When Dash regained consciousness, she found herself in a dark room. She tried to shake her head, but found that a taut leather strap held it firmly in place. This is degrading quickly. She struggled to move, but braces around her chest and limbs glued into the rack formed from a series of sturdy planks, which spread her legs wide apart. What the fuck? Dash's wings are only parts of her not tied down, and they fluttered frantically while she tried to escape. As she arrived, Pinky jumped suddenly into her line of sight.
Goody, you're awake. Now we can get started, Pinky stated gleefully.
She bounded into darkness and quickly reappeared, pushing a small cart covered with a cloth. Pinky, what's going on? I can't move, Dash said urgently. No, I'm not going to voice act well.
That's because you're tied down.
Chided Pinky.
That's why you can't move. I didn't think you'd need to be told that.
So Pinky's a murderer and a sarcastic bitch. But why? What's happening? I thought you said I was going to help you make cupcakes. Pancakes?
You are helping me. You see, I ran out of the special ingredient and I need you to get more.
Special ingredient? Dash was now heavily breathing and started to panic. What special ingredient? Pinky giggled and responded.
You silly!
At this point, I die. Dash's eyes widened with fear and her face contorted in fear. Then she started to laugh and said, in a voice bordering on hysteria, "Ooh, you really got me there, Pinkie Pie. I mean, tricking me into thinking I was going to get made into a pupcake. I got to... Pupcake? The fuck? Cupcake. I got to tell you, this is the best prank yet. You win, you're the best." Pinkie only giggled even more.
Oh, thanks, Dash, but I haven't pulled any pranks today, so I can't really accept your praise.
Dash is struggling again. Pinkie, come on, this isn't funny.
Then why were you laughing?
Before Dash could answer, Pinkie grabbed the cloth and whipped it off the cart. On the cart was a tray containing various sharp medical tools and knives, carefully organised and wickedly sharp, as well as a large medical mat. What the fuck is this? This is wrong. The fuck?
Hey, I wanted to read my immortal.
Yeah, this is better, but the fuck? Dash was now in full panic mode. She started to hyperventilate. Her mind raced as she tried to reason with the pink pony. You can't do this, Pinkie. I'm your friend.
I know you are, and that's why I'm so happy. I've got you here. We get to share your last moments together. Just you and me.
Pinkie's skipping again.
I got to scroll down. There you go. Wait. This chapter's really old.
But the other ponies will wonder where I am. When the clouds pile up, they'll come looking for me, and then they'll find you out. Dash cried in desperation.
Oh, Dash, said Pinkie. Don't worry, there's plenty of Pegasus who can take care of a few cloud. Besides, no one will find out. I mean, how long do you think I've been doing this?
And with that ominous statement, the light suddenly came to life and revealed the rest of the room. Oh, shit.
That's not what it says.
I know it doesn't.
It says, oh no.
I know it says, oh no, but it's basically what I'd say. Dash rode hard to the image presented to her. The room was decorated with a typical but twisted Pinkie Pie flair. Colourful streamers of dried entrails fluttered above the ceiling. Brightly painted skulls of all sizes were attached to the wall, and organs done up in pastels filled with helium were tied to the back of chairs. Oh, the tables and chairs were made of bones and preserved flesh of past ponies. Dash cringed upon seeing the centerpiece at the table near her. The heads of 4 foals, their eyes closed as if they were sleeping, were wearing party hats made from their own skin. With a thrill of terror, Dash recognized one of them as Apple Bloom's classmate, Twist. Dash's eyes darted back and forth and then fell upon a patchwork banner hanging from the rafters. Made from several tanned pony hides, the words "Life is a Party" were scrawled on in blood red. Dash's attention was brought back by the party horn unfurling and tickling her nose. She gave it to Pinkie Pie, who was standing right in front of her. The party pony was dressed in a dress quilted from dried skin, emblazoned with cutie marks. On her back fluttered 6 Pegasus wings, all of different colours. As the pony skipped in excitement, her necklace and several unicorn horns clacked together loudly.
Like it? Pinkie asked. I made it myself.
Desperately, Dash pleaded with the smiling pony before her. Pinkie, please, I'm sorry if I did anything to you. I didn't mean it. Please let me go. I promise I won't tell anybody.
Oh, Dash, you didn't do anything. It's just your number came up, and well, I don't make the rules. We can't turn back now.
Dash was tearing up. How could this be happening?
Don't be sad, Dash, said Pinkie. Look, this'll cheer you up. I brought you a friend.
Seemingly out of nowhere, Pinkie produced a brightly painted blue and yellow skull. It was about pony size, but had one very defining feature: a beak. Dash gaped in horror. Is that?
Hey, Dash, let's hang together. These ponies are lamos, dweebs, Pinkie mimicked. I caught her right before she left town. Remember when I left the party for about 20 minutes? That wasn't enough time to play with her, of course. I had to wait till after the party to do that. But boy, am I glad I did. It was worth it for the flavor alone. Griffins taste like 2 animals at once. It's amazing. I know she didn't have a number like everyone else in Ponyville, but when I was gonna get another chance to try Griffin, I probably should have asked where she came from so I could get more, have gotten more, but I forgot. I'll tell you what, though, she was quite the fighter. She lasted a long time, which was a lot of fun for me. I got the chance to play with somebody other than a pony and try new things, but it's too bad she had such a meanie mouth. She said so much bad stuff. I just had to get her tongue out. You know, bad language makes bad feelings. Rainbow Dash.
Dash didn't have anything to say. She just sobbed and writhed into her tight bounds.
Well, said Pinkie with a air of finality. That's enough reminiscing. It's time to begin.
Oh god, this is going to be freaking weird. Putting down Gilda's skull, the pink pony gripped a scalpel in the cleft of her hoof and walked over to Dash's right flank. Without any flair, Pinkie placed the blade an inch above Dash's cutie mark and began a circular cut around it. Dash shouted in pain and tried desperately to pull away, but the braces held her still. Finishing the incision, Pinkie grabbed a curved skinning knife from the tray. Screwing up her face in concentration, she worked it under Dash's skin and sliced the hide away from the muscle. Dash ground her teeth as she tearfully watched her flesh peel off. Pinkie then moved to the other side and repeated the process on Dash's left flank. Once she had finished, Pinkie held up both cutie marks in front of her friend and started waving them around like pom-poms. Bitch. Dash just whimpered, her thighs burned like nothing she had ever felt before. Placing the ragged patches of skin down, Pinkie selected a large butcher knife and walked behind the blue Pegasus.
I hope you don't mind. I think I'm going to wing it now.
Pinky laughed. She grabbed Dash's left wing in her mouth and played with it for a few seconds, yanking it back so the sharp pain reignited in the fire in Dash's flanks. Then, stretching the wing out, Pinky brought down the blade down hard at the base. Instantly, Dash screamed and thrashed her appendage. The movement threw off Pinky's aim. She tried to hit the mark but missed again and covered a huge slice into Dash's back.
Dash, you've got to stay still or I'll keep missing,
scolded Pinky as her friend howled. This is sick! The fuck?
Hey man, I wanted to read my moral.
So you chose this instead, for fuck's sake. Got up a bit. Pinky took another whack and hit her target. She swung and saw again, blood sprayed into the air, and Pinky realised she wasn't getting anywhere. The blade just wasn't going through the bone. Well,
I guess I forgot to sharpen it. I'll try something else,
stated Pinky matter-of-factly as she tossed the knife over her shoulder, embedding the blade in the table. Through a haze of pain and tears, Dash heard the sound of a metal box opening and closing.
Got it! Say Dash, why do they call it a hacksaw? It doesn't hack. Hacking is what I was doing with the knife. It's a saw. I don't get it.
Pinky placed the tool over the mangled flesh of the last attempt. Standing on her hind legs, she worked the saw back and forth with her front hooves. Sliced effortlessly through the bone and skin. The feeling of jagged teeth grinding against them made Dash want to vomit. She watched numbly as her wing flew overhead and landed in with a fluff on the table. Pinky moved next to the wing and started sawing. Dash didn't struggle this time. She just given up trying to fight and focused on choking back screams of agony. Abruptly, the sawing stopped. Pinky was only halfway done, the wing hanging off by a sliver.
Hey Dash, Pinky piped up. Think fast.
Suddenly, Pinky yanked the wing off as hard as she could. The bone snapped, but the blue pony's skin held and then tore away. The pull ripped away a long strip of flesh all the way down Dash's back to her rump. Her body seized at the unexpected trauma as a pelvis tensed up. Dash felt a... What? The fuck is this? Dash felt a warm release between her legs, and her loud, unending melody of pain filled the room. You know, I think the person who wrote this took too much pleasure in writing this shit. Unable to catch her breath, she blacked out. Dash awoke with a gasp. The stench of her urine filled her mucus-caked nostrils. As her vision swam into focus, she saw a very pouty Pinkie Pie removing the large adrenaline needle from her chest, stomping her hooves. The frustrated Pinkie lashed out at her helpless victim.
Didn't anyone teach you manners? It's very rude to fall asleep when someone invites you over to spend time with them. How would you like it if I came over to your house and went to sleep? Oh, I'm sorry, Dash. You were so boring, I think I'll take a nap. You think I like always doing this by myself? I told you how excited I got when I found you were next. I was excited to have a friend to be here with me while I work. But no, you've got to be so inconsiderate. You know, I thought you were tough. I thought you could handle everything. I've had fellas stand up better than you. Do I have to baby you, huh? Is that how you want to be remembered? You as a baby?
As Pinkie stopped to catch her breath, Dash blinked and sobbed softly. Her back was in agony, her sides on fire, and there was intense pain in one of her legs. She blinked again. As she blinked again, she saw Pinkie pop something red into her mouth, and she began to chew. Noticing Dash's stare, Pinkie quickly gulped the morsel down.
What? Pinkie asked. Oh, this? She held up another piece. While you were asleep, I got a little impatient and helped myself to a small sample. I got this from your leg. You're not bad. Want to try some?
Without waiting for a response, Pinkie shoved a strip of meat into the revolted Pegasus pony's mouth. Dash gagged and immediately spit it out. Pinkie frowned and picked up the chunk of flesh.
If you didn't want it, you could have said no.
She contemplated the discarded snotty morsel, then gulped it up. Ugh.
It's not like you hadn't. It's not like you haven't had much my cupcakes before.
Solemn, Pinky turned her attention to a small can on the tray. She removed the lid, revealing it was filled with red-hot coals. Lying on top of the coals were several large nails. Adrenaline filled her veins, and Dash began to panic again. Picking up the can, Pinky walked over to Dash's left, holding some tongs to her mouth. Pinky carefully picked up a nail and positioned it at the seam between her victim's front left leg and hoof. She then grabbed a hammer and took carefully. The fuck? No, Pinky, Dash screamed. No, no! What the fuck? Oh, this should be turned into a game. This is much better than most horror games these days.
It's called Manhunt, and that game's illegal.
The hammer came down, and the nail punched Dash's skin. The white hot burning was too much. Dash screamed as she pulled and thrashed at the braces, causing her raw skin to rub and tear. Dash tried to line up another nail, but couldn't find her aim and let out a frustrated grunt. When Pinky brought down the hammer and pulled the hammer back to take a wild scream, Dash burst out crying and begging, "Please stop, please, please stop." That is, what the fuck? That's chapter 2, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry about that. That's disgusting me.
Okay.
Chapter 3, Every Rainbow Has an End. This is solely on William, so don't hate me.
No,
please.
you have to read the Dash lines.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Pinky rolled her eyes, putting down the hammer and tongs. She walked back in front of her friend and stared
Pensively
at the broken Pegasus. Gilda didn't even cry this much when she had a live parasite stuffed down her throat. Pinky thought for a moment about what to do next. Then a sudden spark of inspiration. Rotating a wheel on a rack, Pinky laid Dash on her back, then moved Dash's hind legs, bringing the can with her. Picking up her tools, Pinky drove the sheer hot spike of metal directly into the bottom of Dash's hoof. As Dash yelled in pain, Pinky moved around and dove a second nail into the other hoof. Next, Pinky went back to the cart and located an enormous battery and controller. When she dragged over to where she was working, she tied the copper wires behind the terminals and the nails driven into Dash's hooves, then gave Dash a wink and flipped the switch. Electricity rocketed through Dash's body. The blue pony reacted immediately. Her body seized, her muscles snapped taut. Dash's hips thrust skyward. Her eyes rolled back. She let out a deep, throat-shredding cry. Pinky giggled and danced in place, then reached down and turned up the juice. Dash convulsed uncontrollably, and her bladder emptied once more.
This is... the person took too much pleasure in this.
After 5 minutes, Pinky shut off the power. Whips of steam rose from the fur around Dash's hooves, and then the area reeked of cooked flesh and burnt enamel. Pinky rotated Dash upright again and tried to snap the drooling, delirious pony back to attention. Dash! Rainbow Dash, wake up! Dash moaned and managed to give a melodic give a what?
Modicum of weak acknowledgement.
A modicum of weak acknowledgement. Pinky studied her handiwork, then reached into the medicine bag and produced a large syringe. All right, time for the last round. Dash focused, bleary-eyed on the needle, which Pinky took as a question as to what it was. This is a little something to take away the pain, Pinky informed Dash as she walked around to the victim's ruined back. Dash flinched as Pinky grabbed the needle and lowered it part of the pony's spine, moving the front of her friend again. Pinky leaned down and
elaborated.
Oh, God. These words, they're so difficult.
William never got very far in English, ladies and gentlemen.
In a few minutes you won't be able to feel anything below your ribcage. Then you'll be able to stay awake and watch the harvest.
The fuck?
Dash started to cry again.
Pinky?
She choked out. Yes?
I wanna go home.
Dash,
I wanna go home.
Dash sobbed. Yeah, I can see wanting to do that, replied the party pony. Sometimes I just want to give up. Just say, I'm done with this mess, and go to bed. But you know what? You can't shrug off your responsibilities. You've got to pull up and meet challenges head on. That's the only way that you're gonna get ahead in life. Dash hung her head and cried. Minutes passed, and the drug took effect. Eventually, Dash was completely numb from the chest to her flank. At this point, Pinky approached with a scalpel. Glancing at the pony, at Dash, and smiling, Pinky made a long horizontal cut across the Pegasus pony's pelvis, just above her crotch. Moving up Dash's body, Pinky made a similar incision under her ribs. Finally, Pinky made a long vertical cut down Dash's stomach, connecting the first two. Looks like I got my eye. Oh, looks like I got my eye on you, Dash. Pinky giggled. Oh right, I get it, cause
Yes,
yeah,
well done,
yeah.
William. Well done. You finally got actually cut an eye into her.
Yeah,
well done.
Its eye is in.
Ladies, you may have noticed William does not seem to be taking much effect from this. I'm finding this sick and disturbing. William's just sitting there smiling the whole time while reading it.
It's hilarious.
You might know who the sicker one is right now.
With a moist, gooey sound, the flaps of skin opened. The sight of her own organs and lack of feeling caused Dash's breathing to intensify. Pinky carefully sliced open Dash's abdominal sack and grabbed her large intestine. As she separated the organ from the rest of the digestive tract and pulled it out of the new cavity, Pinky grew
Jovial.
jovial. That's not a word.
Yes, it is. Happy, joyous, cheerful. Jovial is just one which goes with that line.
Okay.
Learn English for Christ's sake.
Laughing as she gutted her friend, Pinky began to make jokes. Dash growing weaker from this new source of blood loss, tried desperately to shut out the macabre comedy act. Look at me. I'm Rarity, Pinky laughed, slinging an intestine tube around her neck and spraying blood in all directions. Isn't my new scarf so pretty? Reaching back inside, she sliced a smaller intestine from both bowels, squeezing the excess excrement. Pinky filled the slimy organ through her teeth and dragged it back to the front. Dentists say that you gotta floss every day, Dash. Dash was barely aware of what was going on anymore. The shock was causing her to fade. Disappointed, Pinky dived back into the blue pony's guts, ramping up the routine. Oh, don't go yet, Dash. Pinky started pulling out the rest of Dash's organs, pushing them with each removal. I know, I can be a real pancreas.
Oh God, here come the organ jokes.
You know, I just kidney with you. You really gotta learn to liver it up. Boy, these jokes are getting bladder. Guess you gotta develop a stomach for them. Pinky placed the discarded body parts into a bucket, keeping the last one for a bit longer. Ooh, bagpipes, she said, placing the end of Dash's esophagus with her mouth and stomach in the armpit. Stomach in her armpit. She squeezed. The spurt of acid hit her tongue. Ew! Hey, look! There's yours, Cupcake, Dash. Dash didn't hear her tormentor. She slipped from from unconscious minutes ago. From consciousness minutes ago. Pinky, was not yet satisfied, hit Dash with another adrenaline shot. Dash woke up for the last time, her heart pounding. Warm blood flowed out from the wound in her chest, great spurts. It wouldn't be long now. Pinky brought Dash around to her back again, and straddled
Where is it?
and straddled.
Where? Yeah.
Straddled the blue pony's chest, scalpeled at the ready. You know, Rainbow Dash, I'm disappointed. I thought you would have lasted longer. I really wanted to spend more time with you before we got here, but I guess it's my fault. I should have taken it a little slower. Oh well, it was really nice knowing you, Dash. The blade sunk into the blue throat and worked its way up to Dash's chin, coming back down. Pinky's scalpel then circled Dash's neck. At last, the last thing Rainbow Dash felt was her skin being cut away from her skull. The metal blade was scraping her teeth, and then she was gone.
Well, that was fucked up. Continue. There's the last bit.
Pinkie Pie stared into the mirror. She had done a really good job, even keeping the eyelids. Pinky winked, and Dash winked back. Wow. Pinky smiled, but still, she was sad that her friend was now gone. Dash only lasted 50 minutes, not nearly as long as Pinky wanted. She looked back at the cadaver hanging in the center of the room. The last of her friend's fluid straightening into a pan. Yep, no more Rainbow Dash.
Oh, lovely. The window was open this whole time.
Yep. As she looked, Pinky cocked her head. She began to take notice of the fact that there wasn't really much damage to the corpse. In fact, the pink pony mused, I think, and an idea exploded into her head. She was going to sew. She was good at sewing, and she had all the pieces. And then all she had to do was put them back together again. Yeah, she just had to get the stuffing in the bingo. She'd have Rainbow Dash forever. In fact, thought Pinky, that's what she'd do with all her best friends when their numbers came up. She was so excited. She skipped right over to the body with the Skinner and to get started. The cupcakes would have to wait. Pinkie Pie had friends. So, that was apparently only volume 1 of Cupcakes.
I'd not planned to read 2, 3, 4, or whatever the hell volumes there are. If William wishes to do it, he could do it on his own.
So,
But
first we should say the author. It was I don't think
the wonderful Sergeant Sprinkles.
I don't think anyone can actually, I don't think that's confirmed, but that's who it's attributed. That's who most people think is the original author.
Yeah, don't know his real name.
Sprinkles.
So thank you, Sergeant Sprinkles, for that simply fabulous fan fiction.
Okay, so faults.
I'm sure it was completely child friendly when you writ it up. Faults? Totally child friendly.
Really?
Yeah. I think I could get my 13-year-old brother to watch it and read it.
I think you should.
Yeah.
Or at least listen to us reading it.
Yeah. Or I might, just take it to my cousins, get their little 8-year-old kid to read it.
Okay, so what was your favourite part?
The end.
The end?
Where it ended, and that was it, nothing else.
Right.
Seriously, that got fucked up.
It was pretty screwed up.
You were smiling the whole damn time.
That's mostly because your reaction was keeping me going.
Glad my horror at this thing was keeping you happy, dude.
I knew you'd love it. That's why I was like, okay, if we're not reading by Immortal, we are reading Cupcakes.
Just so you folks know, I can't stand badly spelt things or bad grammar. I tend to go, yeah, that's it. Fuck this. I tend to point out too much of it.
Okay, so yeah, so we've read Cupcakes. Apparently, Cupcakes Volume 1. I don't think we can find 2 and 3.
If William decides to read the other,
we can find them.
Yeah, but if you do find them and you decide to read them, I will not be included in that. Just stating that.
Okay, but I don't think we'll be able to find them anyway.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so that was our first reading. If anyone has any suggestions of what they want us to read
If
next,
you're actually crazy enough to have enjoyed that, thank you, but you're sick as he is.
and also we'd like to know what you'd like us to read in the future.
Yes, please tell us what you want us to read next.
We will read anything that we don't need a license to read.
Yes, and as long as it doesn't cost us money or require a license, we'll read it, as long as it doesn't make me go grab a Nazi all over it.
So yeah, any fan fiction or I don't know,
Slash, no, not slash fics, no slash fics.
any fanfics.
I'm talking to you, Mr. Hopkins.
What else can we read that we don't have to worry about?
Books.
No,
Books
we
require.
can't read books because they'll have copyright.
Fair enough. Right, I don't think that's. I think that's it. Then.
Fanfic, probably, old. I think we could probably read like really old books.
Maybe webcomics if someone wants that, if they're online.
Webcomics, yeah, we could.
Yeah. Right, that's it. Any
So,
fanfiction
let us know what you
webcomics
wanna
are very, very old books which I don't think anyone cares about. Just let us know.
So yeah.
Not my immortal
I'm
anymore.
William Lawrence,
And I'm now mentally disturbed.
but he is James Fish.
I am James Fish. I will never change that.
Okay. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
I want to go to a psychiatrist now.